Canine parvovirus is a horrible disease that affects many dogs across the United States. And it's the coolest name for a coyote cartridge I've ever heard in my life. WILDCAT Wednesday, son. Today we're gonna learn about the 22 Parvo. Let's get it. Guys, we are back with WILDCAT Wednesday. Man, what a journey it's been. You've seen everything from the 6.7 powerstroke to the 6 PRC. Did I do any other WILDCAT Wednesdays? And the 6.7, yeah. You've seen everything from the 6.7 powerstroke to the 6 PRC, all in a quest to find the ultimate coyote killing cartridge. At the same time, also trying to shrink the footprint of the overall length of my rifle. Why? Because in one of my border states, it is 100% legal to hunt literally out of your truck. Multiple border states, it's legal to hunt out of the truck. However, in one of them, it's literally legal to hunt out of the truck in the road. So when you're driving in said mobile blind, if you will, a long barrel with a suppressor gets you nowhere. So I've been in the constant search of how do I get the most speed, coyote killing power out of the shortest package possible. Then one of the twisted minds you've heard on this channel before, that's right, old Ryan Hunt at Hunt's Long Range called me up. The 6 PRC video did really well. I was using an 18-inch barrel and I was shooting 100 grain bullets over 3,300 feet per second. So I was shooting around 100 grain bullet. However, what I found the hard way is I could not find a 100 grain bullet that killed very well when it came to coyotes. There are great 100 grain bullets on deer and larger animals, but when it came to coyotes, they just weren't opening up like I needed them to. So I ended up in the 6 PRC going down to that 80 to 90 grain range bullet. I was still getting pretty good BCs for that, and it was definitely putting dogs on the ground. But the ultimate idea is I want to put them on the ground as far out as I can. The other thing that was happening is I was really overbore, okay? Even when I went down from the 6 PRC, and as you've seen, I've done a ton of stuff on the 22 Creedmoor. Love that cartridge. If you are never gonna be a hand loader, you're not a hand loader, 22 Creedmoor all the way. It's a phenomenal cartridge. So the 6 PRC, so if I was gonna go down to like an 80 to 90 grain bullet anyway, I started thinking to myself, I might be able to do it in a cartridge that isn't quite so overbore, where I'm having to clean my barrel all the time because I'm worried about carbon ring. The other component to that was, it was more recoil. Obviously, more powder, more recoil, right? Duh, for the most part. So I moved down to a 22 Creed because I thought I'm using about an 80 grain bullet anyway. I might as well use an 80 grain ELDX or M or a 75 ELDM or something like that. Those killed well as well. Challenge with 22 Creed is I was limited on factory rounds, even though the Hornady stuff absolutely hammers, stacks. But from a hand loading perspective, I really wanted to bump that speed. Shocking. What I was finding with 22 Creed, specifically to hand loads, is the fastest powder I could run out of that was Varget, and by fastest I mean pushing my bullets the fastest. And so I was running Varget. Again, 22 Creed is phenomenal. If you're never gonna hand load, man, stick with it. It is a killing cartridge, or the 6 PRC is also a killing cartridge. But for you hand loaders, I was worried about a couple things. First off, it was overbore, and so I was having to clean it more. Second is I had a ton of air in that. There was too much case capacity for the powder amount that it took to push those 80s down range. That created higher SDs and ESs. Now, were they unmanageable? No, not at all. It's fine. But if I want to kill out to hopefully 1,000 yards at some point, that was something that I wanted to address. So I was tinkering, whatever, and old crazy, wild mind, new WILDCAT cartridge, Ryan Hunt called me up and it's like, hey, you ever heard of the Parvo? And I'm like, no. He's like, man, that 22 Parvo do some work. I'm like, okay, what is it? So he starts explaining to me that he's been running this kind of similar tests as to what I have, as he's found some of the same challenges with the 22 Creedmoor. He's running a 69 grain bullet, 3,500 feet per second out of an 18-inch barrel. And he's doing it with a case that has less case capacity. So his SDs and ESs are much, much tighter. He's burning and using pretty much all the powder in there, so you don't have to clean your barrels much. It's not as overbore. And last but not least, less recoil. So I'm like, golly, all that sounds really appealing. Plus 6 PRC, 6.7 power stroke, a lot more boom, guys. So I had to run the Raptor 10 or something like it, okay? Which again, extended my barrel length. That bothers me. With the 22 Parvo, I'm getting away with the Raptor 8 and a 3-inch reflex. Like you'll hear the sound quality today. It's really, really good for what it is especially. So I've been able to shorten my footprint even more, which is super, super helpful when you're hunting out of that mobile blind, brah. So what is the 22 Parvo? It is a neck down 6.5/47 Lapua. Now I will tell you, the most accurate rifle I've ever owned was, believe it or not, a Savage chambered in 6.5/47 Lapua. It's just an inherently accurate cartridge. I'm also able to run H4895 and get these things blazing. H4895 is also what I ran in my competition gun. So very familiar with powder, know it's very temp stable, know how it's going to perform, and man, my ESs, SDs are all low teens and single digits. It's fantastic. I've been really, really pleased with this so far. A couple other notes about the Parvo specifically. There's been a lot of testing done by Ryan and other guys such as myself. Out of a 20-inch barrel, Ryan was able to push the 69 grain TMKs, tip match keys from Sierra, up to over 3,700 feet per second before he started seeing pressure. So if you did want to run a little longer, man, you could blaze this thing even faster. I'm trying to be as short as possible in the overall footprint, so I didn't go that route. Out of a 16-inch barrel, they were able to get the 60 TMKs to 3651. So again, a little bit smaller, obviously bullet. I want to run as close to 70 to 80 as I possibly can. I really like the 224. You guys have heard me talk about this in the past as far as the BC as compared to the 6mm. So the 6.5 Creedmoor holds 52.5 grains. It's got 52.5 grains of water capacity. A lot of you are probably asking yourself, well, if you wanted to do this, why didn't you just run the 22 GT, which is already an established cartridge? 22 GT only has 43.2 grains of water capacity. And when I looked at the speeds guys were getting with the type of bullet that I wanted to run, they just weren't getting the sort of speeds I wanted to see. So it wasn't going to be a viable option. The 22 Parvo is literally almost directly in the middle of those two. The 22 Parvo has 48 grains of water capacity. So it's 4.5 grains less than the 6.5 Creedmoor case or the 22 Creedmoor case. So again, back to the kind of whole concept here is I'm able to establish and get very similar speeds to what I was with 22 Creed, but do it where I'm maximizing and utilizing the case capacity and there's not too much air in there causing variance in my speeds down, you know, both at the muzzle and down range, obviously. If you are into this, hunts long range, he's cutting 22 Parvos like you wouldn't believe. It's really simplistic. You take a 6.5/47 Lapua case, or Peterson makes them now, and I think Alpha makes a 25/47. So there's still brass available. A lot of you go, oh, Lapua doesn't make that brass anymore. True, but other top tier manufacturers do. And you just neck it down. It's really simple. Ryan has everything you need. He literally sent me all the dies I needed for it, the neck bushing for it, and the brass. So get with him. Lastly, guys, again, the cost on this barrel is ridiculously low. I've literally spent $1,200 just on carbon fiber barrels in the past. So really, really well priced. Call Ryan up. Get it, get the brass, get the dies if you're interested. I don't think you will be disappointed. This thing puts dogs down, period. Parvo, son, the new virus is here, and it's D-Dunk with the 22 Parvo. Hide your yotes, I'm coming for him. So what we're gonna do today is pretty simple. We're gonna literally run time stages out of the truck at a coyote target at 400-ish yards, all right? And I'm gonna run it with the new Parvo, pushing these 69 grainers, 3,500 feet per second. Showzas! B-roll. Speed, son! And then I'm gonna do it with more of a standard length rifle, a 24-inch 6.5 Creedmoor. Out of 6.5 Creedmoor, I'm gonna run the factory 100 grain ELD VTs, which I can tell you from personal experience, kill coyotes exceptionally well. Very nice. But again, they do so with more recoil and all the factors we just talked about. Really quickly for comparison, before we get in the truck and we run these time stages, bruh, there's a big difference, especially when you're a plus-sized athletic gentleman such as myself. Not super easy to maneuver within small spaces. So the shorter your rifle footprint, the better. So we're gonna run both these guns today in competition, and we're gonna time and see how long it takes me to get shots off and get impacts on coyotes at distance out of the truck. Couple quick shout outs on the video. You're gonna see me use them today. First off, Weibad. I've been running Weibad's products for years, and I have the full litany. You'll see all the bags listed out. I run them all for different purposes. I keep the biggest one with me, I think it's called the Max, because you never know what you're gonna run into out in the field or whatever, off a T-post, what have you. I used to run the Mini Fortune Cookie, and you'll see just the different ones that I have for different uses. We're gonna run that today out of the side of the truck. This is literally how I run it when I am hunting in the States where it's legal to do so. So you're gonna see that today. The other thing, my boys at Rydr, you've seen me run their products. Literally, if you've hunted with me in the last year and a half, 2 years, I bring their Rydr hunter mounts with me when I'm getting in your truck to go hunting. Like, I bring them with me everywhere I go. You're gonna see why today. Because when you're rolling around and you got other guys and gear and crap in the back of that truck, and you're looking out both sides of that truck trying to spot yotes, you gotta have something that's gonna hold your gun in place, be safe, to make sure it doesn't get dinged around, and just keep everything kind of organized. You're gonna see me run that literally how I run it in real life. So really, really big shout out to Rydr. Love their products. Guys, check them out. They also have a bipod out now that I've been using and been testing and been running for you NRL hunter guys. Man, it's really impressive so far. For a budget version of the kind of the elongated coyote hunting and NRL hunter style type of bipods, you can't beat it. It's been exceptionally good. Let's really quickly go through the rifle build, because I literally dreamt this rifle up, like no joke. Like, that's how pitiful I am. Your boy dreams about YouTube videos and guns to go with it. I don't know if I have regular fashion, but I dang sure have gun fashion. Old girl might be the sexiest rifle I've ever built. Yes, you can be sexually attracted to an inanimate object. What is this? This is the good old Manners Night Stalker, baby. You know your boy D-Dunk's been running that for some time. Absolutely love this pattern, this color pattern, man. It is sick. I dreamt it up. I knew I was gonna be running like flat dark earth rangefinders and potentially thermals. And so I was like, yo, can we do this stripe look? And they're like, yeah. And bro, it came out incredible. Hunts long range, 22 Parvo barrel, cut to 18 inches. This is their carbon fiber. Now he OEMs these, so these are his barrels, and Ryan cuts those in-house. And then of course the good old Raptor 8. Oh yeah, baby. And you know daddy bought one with that 5.56 end cap on it, because I really wanted to get the sound suppression as tight as possible, so I could keep the footprint as short as possible. On the other side, you probably saw in the B-roll, the old Sykes clutch. Now this was a special edition. They ran them in orange. I told Tom at Manners Composite Stocks, we need to do another round of these. These things are dope. And when I'm in the field or looking in my bag, I can find them really easily. But you know, I both compete with Sykes clutch and I run them in my hunting rig. I'm running the Night Force 2.5 to 20 on there. And then the Area 419 one-piece scope mount, baby. I don't leave the house without it, guys. I absolutely love it. I've got their level on the other side of it. And you'll probably see in some of the B-roll. And then I've got their high diving board. Now, the rangefinder. Shout out to my boys at Strictly Offensive Kit, Preston and his crew. Man, I call that dude, I call him too much. I call him too much because I strategize, man, what if I did this or what if I ran that? And I'll talk about these cartridges and what I'm thinking and what rangefinder would go best with what thermal and kind of all that stuff. So shout out to them. This is a Mars rangefinder. I believe it's the Mars C, whichever one has the illuminator on it as well. So I don't remember which model that is, but that's what this is. It's fast, it's quick, the screen's huge, I can see it easy. That nice. And then this old bad boy right here, Daddy's got a little surprise. You might see a little video content with this down the road, but gents, this is the Voodoo M. Okay, Voodoo M, Voodoo ML. This is clip-on thermal. It is designed for killing out to, 100 to 600, 700-ish yards. Top tier tech in this thing. And there's actually a way, which I'm gonna do later, to tie these two together so that when I range something, it will give a disturbed reticle holdover in the actual thermal optic. So I'm not gonna run this today. We're gonna run it just daytime hunting and whatever, but daggum, she hot. Daddy wanted to show a little something. And then last but not least, your boy's running that Hawkins DBM, that lightweight hunter bottom metal every chance I get. Absolutely love this bottom metal, man. It's light, it's quick, it's fast. I just, your boy's a fan. So appreciate the guys at Hawkins for making top tier quality stuff. And then last but not least, you're gonna see some new gear from Tricer. I told you, I bought the Tricer BP head for my antelope hunt. You probably saw that in that video. Guys, I'm loving their stuff. I reached out to them, I was like, hey, I wanna try this, and this. And so I have a litany of things. One of the coolest pieces of kit I've ever seen and used, and my gosh, I wish I had it on my antelope hunt, is the mount they have for your window, where literally you can mount to your window and then you can run your spotting scope or your binoculars and you can spot from the truck. I can't tell you how many times I was like leaned up in the corner of the truck with like the seatbelt wrapped around because my arms were tired because I'm a plus size athlete, and I'm like looking around and doing that. Now I can literally quick attach, mount my binos in there. I've got the Tricer piece that goes on my binos that also doesn't restrict the protective lens like it did when I was hunting on the Really Right Stuff piece that I had. So loving that, and it just clamps right in there, and man, you can just scroll and chill, or you can put literally even your heavy spotting scopes on your window and spot, man. It's been incredible. Shout out Tricer. So without further ado, guys, let's get to it. We're gonna run this literally like a stage. I'm gonna have a timer, and we're gonna do 2 or 3 runs, compare the time, and you can kind of see me fumbling around inside there and just see what I'm talking about as far as the overall package, and then also see how the old 22 Parvo performs. Let's get it. Kyle, left side, 400. Kyle, left side, 400. Read it?
Oh yeah, got it that time.
Nice. What was it?
1292.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to show that on camera.
No. 22 Parvo.
1292.
Raptor 8 was too quiet. It wasn't picking it up even on suppressor mode. Just kind of awesome. It's weird, your camera keeps following me.
Yeah. Shoot ready. Kyle, left side.
Dead cow. Clear.
All right, run 2. Picking up the pace, 1056.
Yeah, baby.
When you're up. You're trying to do 3?
I'll do 2 more. Yeah.
Coyote, left side.
You are recording on my phone, right?
Run 3, 1052. Nice.
You recording on my phone? All right. All right, let's do one more. See if I can break that 10.5 mark. I'm up.
Coyote, left side. All right, final run. 950.
Yeah, baby! I might have scratched my stock a little on that one, but it was worth it. Let's go. Hey, 18-inch barrel, Raptor 8, which is a 6.5 inch off the end of my muzzle, but still better suppression because of the reflux. Night Stalker, bro, this thing is in a 69 grain, it's 3,500 feet per second, is deadly, son. Now let's flip to the more of a standard hunting rifle, 24-inch, 6.5 Creedmoor, shooting 100 grain ELD VTs, and with a suppressor, obviously, I'm a gentleman. And let's see what kind of times we get.
Coyote.
Yeah. Okay.
1770. First shot, just shot at 12 seconds.
Okay.
So, your first one was pretty close to your first run on the other rifle.
Okay.
You gotta shave off a full 2 seconds. So
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Golly, it's fun.
Coyote.
What was it?
1035.
10.35.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah, and obviously I'm getting faster as we go. You're just naturally gonna get better and faster at it. But like you can see, and the risk of me flagging my dudes in the front and like all that crap, you just see. I wish we had a side-by-side here. That would really help show. Side-by-side, you can't get, like, if someone else, and I'll talk about it, if someone else was sitting to the right of me, there's no way I'd get this gun out. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be able to get it out there. So let's run it. Do 2 more.
Coyote.
Oh!
Hey, Derek, what's this bag on the ground? Oh, wait, that's your support. Impact in 10.03.
Seriously?
No bag.
That's funny. Give me my bag, please. I have no idea where I hit. I have no, it was probably back hip, terrible shot. That'll be fun to see where it hit in the thing.
Coyote. Final run, impact. 995.
So not as fast as my fastest with the other, but it's pretty dang. Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, like I said, I've already gotten how many shots now. You know what I mean? Target's not as big as you thought, is it? Just kidding, guys. Hey, if the 22 Parvo WILDCAT Wednesday, this was a fun one. 69 grainers at 3,500 feet per second. I could go faster. I know I could press up to probably 3540, 3550, but why? You know, I was getting a little bolt lift at that. So anyway, really a cool cartridge. Really excited to continue to use it. I hope it showed in there. It's how advantageous it is with a shorter gun to be moving around and be safe and not be waving and flagging people and all that stuff. And that 24-inch just made it a heck of a lot more difficult, even though we ran those last, so we were kind of faster because I was worried what the times would be if we hadn't. Check out Hunt's long range, Ryan Hunt. He's got literally everything you need for this cartridge, the dies, the brass, everything. And yeah, Rydr, Tricer, Weibad, all the groups, man. Thanks a lot for just making awesome products, guys. Check them out. Guys, like, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Is this a cool new cartridge you have to have? Is it a waste of time? Whatever, throw it in the comments. Until then, your boy D-Dunk's gonna be out here, plus size athleting around, dropping coyotes, pushing the boundaries, and testing the newest, latest, greatest, and fun cartridges. Be out there, see you in the field. Parvo, son! The new virus is here, and it's D-Dunk with the 22 Parvo. Hide your yotes, I'm coming for him.